En opschrijven en stappenplan en zo papiertjes maken.
En je leert er zelf uit en je gaat
Welcome everyone, I'm John. I hope you guys hear me today. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me before I go over everything. Aliana? Klein beetje volume zat, alsjeblieft. Dank u. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat, please, so that I'm sure that everybody hears me before I start going over the market. Perfect. Love to hear it. Looks like we will be good for today, so happy to see you all. Hope everything is going well, like it is going with me today. We will start by going over Bitcoin, of course. Now, Bitcoin, we are at a new all-time high. So this is gonna be something different from now on, because the all-time high just reached, and new levels is always something that people are having a bit of doubt with how far it will go up. So there will be a little bit of sell pressure at this area now, because this was the high and that was around 96,100 and a bit, so we entered 72,000, and it's over all the news channels here in Belgium. So I find it quite difficult to say that we will go into new high territories before the halving. So anybody that's wants to see some lowers, I think we will see a little bit of decrease now because of the huge rally that we had before the halving. I said this before, I did not expect even to see these highs. I thought we were going to see the high before, but now this is a weekly chart, so you can see this was still a very bullish candle. I cannot say that we are already decreasing, so let me say this candle will still be in green. The week after we will have to take a look where the market will go. Now at this point the market is completely red. You can see it on the right side of mine, but that's normal because of the growth that we had in the last few weeks. What will Bitcoin do at this point? I am not able to tell, because of one, it's in unknown territory, like I said before. Second of all, I would love to see it have a retest now. If we see one beautiful retest, let me take, this is the daily chart by the way that I'm on. Just making a small trend line here, taking the rest out so you guys can see it better. So if we should see a beautiful retest of this area, I would love to see it hit this area. So between 65 and 62,000, 56 and $52,000 would be a perfect entry for Bitcoins in the next coming weeks. Now we do have to wait until the candle closes today. At this point we're still very bullish, so I'm not saying that we will hit that point. I'm still saying, look, even here, that we are very bullish. If we break this trend line here down here, what I just drawn, I'll let you guys know in the Discord, because this will be on an alarm of mine. I'll set it now directly. So if we break this, I will let you guys know and say that we will decrease a little bit more till at least 60,000. So if anybody wants to take a little bit of profit, I think this would be a good time. If you're of course holding and wanting to have patience until we see the next highs, that's good with you. I am not taking any profits until we reach around 100,000 euros or Bitcoins or USDTs in Bitcoins. So before that I am not taking profit, because I know that we will have a little bit of decrease. I took some profit on myria, I let you guys know, I took my initial investment back out of it, so I'm fully in the green with that one. Now on Bitcoin, I did not take any profits yet on my holdings. I did do some trading on Bitcoin last weeks, but that was it. Now for entries on Bitcoin, now for trading at this point, smaller time frames of 4 hours, I can say this was now looking like an entry point. This candle here looks a beautiful entry point. So we will see if it drops below $68,635. We could see a decrease, and then we could hit like at least to 60,000. So anybody that wants to have a nice entry, have a little bit of time or patience, let me say it like that, we will definitely hit this again. Now first of all, why? Because like I said, it's completely over the news. So people are getting FOMO'd in the cryptocurrency market at this point, and the overall people at the top do not want you to make money, of course. That's why they are now putting people in, and we see a small decrease. Now they have been saying this from 60,000 now, so people have seen the growth. They are now FOMOing in, and we will see a little bit decrease. I have only seen on YouTube everywhere that we will hit 100k before the halving. I do not believe we will. Will we surpass the 100k? We definitely will surpass 100k, but not at this point yet. Now Ethereum, it hit beautiful my area what I wanted to see. We did not get back in the trade. I was opening here a trade on the lower parts. We did not even come down a little bit. We just plumbed up and we keep going. Now, like we see before, Bitcoin took up his all-time highs. Ethereum did not yet do this. So we will see another push up for Ethereum, at least to 4,800, maybe 5,000. Just below 5,000 would be a nice area to take a look for some profits. I think I will take like 10% of my account out of Ethereum on 5,000 to accumulate a little bit of USDT at this point. If we see a bigger drop, that I can put it back into the market. So I said before, around 4,800, 5,000, I will be taking a little bit of profit out of my holdings, because we are again entering new all-time highs, and that is a point of interest for me of taking profits, of course. I have quite some holdings of Ethereum, so that's really why they have been growing hugely. For entry points, we will have to have a little bit of patience to find new entry points at this point until I see a red candle at this point. I am seeing only green candles, so this is like still very bullish for me. We have seen a growth since a few weeks now, so this is weeks. 80% growth in 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 weeks now, so I think we will continue until we see the tops. After that one we will see a small decrease again, and then I would love to see for entry points. Until we are doing this, I cannot really predict any entry points, because we are going way too fast to be entering. If you see a big candle going downwards, that would be a beautiful entry point at that point. I thought we were gonna enter here. We did not. We just kept going upwards, and we are still doing this. Until this red candle on daily drops below 3,540, I cannot give you any entry points for the lowers. If we do drop below here, let me take this one in red so you guys can see it a bit better. So if we do drop below this area, let me enter it, then I would look for a new area of entering, and then I would take this area here to enter. That would be my spike, that I think that it will, like this spike before, I would love to see it one more time doing this, and then I would take an entry at 2,800, maybe around 3,000 somewhere would be a perfect entry for anybody that wants to enter Ethereum and then go long, of course. Where would my endpoint be? I think around 10,000, because once we surpassed the highs and we keep going, I think we will not be seeing Ethereum go anywhere below between $8,000 and $10,000 at least. So we have quite some room to grow, and Ethereum is gonna do hugely, of course. So these were the two main coins that I always look at first. Why? Because these are still narrative to growth with the market, of course. They show how the market goes. They show always where the market will go. If Ethereum goes high, you see all the lower caps go up high, of course, too. These are the first two I always go over. Now, myria, yeah, was a nice entry point. He just dropped below my trend line. I do not like to see this. I really do not like to see this. So this means that we could head up to lower points. I do have to wait until this candle closes to be sure. If it closes below, it makes a small drop and we retest this area. So I'll draw it for a second. Then I am taking profits, because then we could see a drop lower. So if it does like this, tests again, and we see this going. It depends on what Bitcoin does, of course. Then I am taking profits. I will share this, of course, in the market or in Discord when I take profits. I am not doing it at this point, because this candle can just go back upwards. You can see we had spikes before, downwards, and ending back upwards in no time. So I am waiting for this, having patience until I see it. If it does go lower, where do I see entry points? I think, I know so, for normally entry points will be around 0.007. This will be my narrative to go to, because if we see a drop from Bitcoin to 62,000 or 52,000, this will be a drop for at least 40 to 50%. So this is only 48, 42, so yeah, this could be 45% drop. This is normal for altcoins, so if you are not yet ready for that one, be prepared. So we could see an area of entering point. This would be a nice area point, 7.1 to 0.04. We will have to be patient until what we see. I would love to see it first hit the tops because of the game that just been released today. We will have to be a little bit patient until we see what this candle does. If it does not go back upwards, I will let you guys know tomorrow morning in the Discord, and definitely go over this chart if anybody holds this coin, to make sure that you guys know what will happen in the next coming days, of course. Kaspa for the same. It's been doing now weekly. It went up, it tested him, so at this point we are looking that we are slowly retesting areas. If we do not drop below 13 cents, I do not think we will hit this tops, because we are now at a strong resisting level of this area here. So let me take. If we do see lower ends, this will be my next entry area between 13 and 10 cents, of course, would be a nice area for me to enter. Will we see this? I have to wait until this candle closes again. Daily, it looks like we just are testing it and we are going sideways. Does not even look like we passed this candle, so this was my fair value gap that I wanted to enter, and that's what we did. If it does not drop below 13.75, I do not believe that we will go any lower. Because of the strength and capacity that Kaspa has, I do not believe even that we will see 10 cents at this point. It does not correlate with Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin drops, normally we see Kaspa go up. It does not do the same moves as Bitcoin. It is not a blockchain, it's a block tag. It's the first of its kind, and people still need to learn how this works. It does beautiful work. It's faster than Visa at this point, so this will be used as a global payment. I'm quite sure that people will use this. If we need new areas, if we do drop below here, this would be a perfect area between 12 and 10 cents to enter. I cannot say now until we of course do this drop, because on here we already done this. So on Bybit, on spot, it was a little bit more volume onto this and they could more manipulate the price, and you can see we had the spike down to around 12 cents. So for me this is finished. On this map, on KuCoin or on Maxi, we did not see such a huge drop yet. So we will see what happens. If you're doing it on Bybit spot, you can definitely already entered here on 12 cents. This was done last Tuesday around 1 o'clock that we entered this area. I was not aware of it until I watched my chart afterwards that we even entered this price. This is still, like I said before, this was my area of interest. If we do not drop below this candle, we will not see these lows. If we do go below it, then we will see these lows. We will have to be a little bit patient. A drop of 3%, 5%, that's very normal on cryptocurrencies, of course. Do not panic at any point. We are just entering a market. We have already seen huge gains and too much bullish movement for what I've really wanted to see. Now my trade of kaspa went out. Gala, yeah, this trade just went hugely up. I mentioned this one last week, that we could see an entry point below. Let me take the weekly onto it first. We were in this week. I saw a growth and I wanted to see it retest the areas up here. So we did one more time and then we just flew off. I did not expect this much growth in 1 week, but that's crypto. You can never really see the growth in one time. So I thought we were gonna just take out these highs, and we took out the next highs. So now I would love to see it enter this candle, and if we do, I think we will see a beautiful retest to the areas around here. Maybe we do it this week, or we just stay at 6 cents and just go up to 10 cents. Hala does not correlate with Bitcoin either, so it's not because Bitcoin drops that Hala drops for itself. It does a little bit the same, but normally it goes a little bit against the narrative of Bitcoin. That's by experience that I've seen this one happen. Sometimes it pops way later than Bitcoin and it drops a little bit later too. More 4 days behind Bitcoin it really drops. If we do not close this candle, this is a nice area of accumulation, and this would be between 6 cents and 5.7. This trade was a perfect one. I will be deleting this one. The rest I will be taking out too, because it's too much information on the chart at this point. So this would be a perfect enter area. We will have to have a little bit patience because we have 2 days, a little bit red, it's normal. If we do see a little bit of change, I will definitely let you all know when to enter. If we see a drop below this candle, this will be the next area, of course. So that's between 5 and 4 cents. Do I see it at this point? No, I do not see that entry at this point. Why not? Because I would love to see it go above this big strong area. It's not only here, we also had it here before. So this is a huge area that it needs to go through, and I don't believe that we will see these lows again, because we already had seen it twice. We were here going in the lows, we already tested it, we came back to the lows to finish off the market, and now we're just going upwards. We could see a drop to here, but I think that will be it. Even if Bitcoin does around 20%, I do not believe that we will even see 3 cents for Hala, because of the big news that came out and because of a lot of new possibilities that were onto it. I've been following Gala for a while now. It's dropped just a chain. It's just dropped 2 new movies, and they are working in the background for 3 new games too. Normally Mirandus will be released this week too, or next week. So that is a game that people are already waiting for 2 years now, and I do believe that will be a nice growth. 3ul, I am still in this trade already for a few weeks, and I am still having patience. I do love to see the target hit these areas again. Now they are planning of doing new marketing, so I've been watching a little bit with these guys. I will go over the chat in a second if somebody messaged a chat point. I have been patient on the new release, so Nexus release, the new game will be launched within within 20 days from now. I've heard they have a new marketeer, so I think a lot of new people will entering the market of 3ul soon. They have 28 new games coming onto the gaming platform, so that's huge news. And they are completely independent of all the rest, so they are really narrative and working on themselves. So there are 5 founders, they are all family, and they're all working together at this point. There are 3 people that already have huge business going up, real estate business and everything, so that's very important to know that they also know how to run a business in crypto world, of course. And they just hired a new person to investigate all the cryptocurrencies and the video games itself. So I still believe 3ul will do very beautiful in the next run. For me, this is just a huge accumulation phase. Blah blah blah. Sorry for my a little bit less good English at this point. So this was like a huge accumulation phase that we have been seeing. I hope that we would not break this low, so 1 trade was out. I'm still in this trade, and I think and I do believe that we will see these highs before the drop. Also, this one does not correlate to Bitcoin because this was from October to December, and if we watch on Bitcoin from October to December we did not do a lot, and this one just went hugely up, and then 3ul went down and Bitcoin just kept going upwards. So we do not correlate again, so this one is also good to trade separately from Bitcoin. If you want entry points for this coin, this is a perfect entry. I would not have any more patience, and if you want to enter this coin, we could maybe 1 time more see the low of this height here. This would be a perfect entry around 0.002, 0.001, but if we do not see a drop of 40% for Bitcoin, I do not believe that we will ever see these lows again, because 1 of the marketing, and 2 because of the use case that 3ul is getting at this point. Myro, our dog, our only meme coin that's in my portfolio at this point, and I think this will be the only one entering my portfolio. So I took some profits around 35 cents because I saw the drop coming. Now the first time it finished off the market beautifully, so I do believe that we could see the lows again of this area. If we do, my next area of entry would be around 11 cents to 18 cents. That would be a very nice entry point for me. 18 cents. If we do not drop further, I think 20 cents would be a nice accumulation phase too. But therefore we have to be a little bit of patience. If you're not in this coin, I do believe that Myro will hit around $10 to $15 by the end of the bull market. So this one has still a huge potential of growth. Do know that this is a meme coin, so meme coins are very volatile and they can drop. At least if Bitcoin does make a drop of 20%, this will drop at least 80%. So this 80% drop, 70-80% drop is perfectly normal for a meme coin. I'd already done this one time. Like you can see, this was a drop of 83%, so an 83% drop from here, from the highs, would make it go back to around 0.08. I think 10 cents would be perfectly, so that would be a 75% drop. This is still possible in a meme coin. There is no real narrative why this would drop so much, but it just is what it is. Markets wanted to finish off, so, and there is a huge gap between here and there is a gap in this area too that I want to see finished. The rest I am not gonna go over. Now I will take a little bit of Corpo for a second, because like I said, we are taking a little bit of return, what I predicted and I would love to see before. I saw it in this candle really, that we were going to change markets, but because of the huge candle the day afterwards, I was not expecting this one yet, so we're just finishing off the market. Areas of accumulation is this one, and of course these two. So first accumulation between 73 cents and 64 if you want to enter. The next one 49 cents to 30 cents. Make it 65, sorry, 65 to 30 cents would be a perfect entry. These are the best entries that I would love to see for Corpo. If you want to enter it, this is a nice one. But do remember, this is just the first start phase of a coin. Normal coins that go up this fast, even like we take a look at Riul for the start. I will go back for a second. So the same for Triul. We went up hugely, it took a bit, and then we came back. So I do believe if it's a strong coin and it has a lot of potential growing, we will see the same movement. So first one going upwards, then we can jump in a coin, but it's a bit risky. So I would love to see a pullback and then make sure that you guys can enter it so that you guys can grow on the second pool, where we make a lot more money, of course. Like same for this one. If you missed the first entry, just this little bit, if you took the second entry, you can just say, okay, we still made a huge amount and a lot more than the first one, but we had to have an 89 days, so this was 90 days of time. So this was 3 months, people. So do not rush in any coins. Do not always copy everything I do. I do have funds enough for this. I entered, like I said, only with maximum 5-10% of my portfolio that I wanted to enter, and then afterwards again with 3-4% I entered extra, even a little bit higher on Corpo. Now I do know that people are trading Bitcoin Cash, so I will go over this one for a second. I predicted this one last week, so it entered my trade. We did not hit the highs yet, but I'm still in this trade. If you wanted to enter it, it came beautifully down on the day itself. So we did not see any highs. It still looks bullish, because this was like my stop point that I would have wanted to see. So we are still in a bullish trend on Bitcoin Cash, and this can still go up beautifully. Exit still the same. I would not lower it because of the same narrative reasons that I said before. It looks still bullish, as long this does follow Bitcoin, by the way. So if Bitcoin does make a huge drop, yeah, then I will be stopped out. Cardano the same. This was also Tuesday. This was my entry point. It dropped hugely into it and we went off. You can even see my trade still saying here. So this would be the trade. Area point of resisting, or next exit point around 97 cents. For me, if you do not have Cardano, I'm not going into this coin anyway. I do not believe anything about this founder. He has not proven anything. There are a lot of coins that will do a lot better, but a lot of people do believe in this one. It's a nice coin to trade, but I will be not entering this one. So I will take a look at it later, because I know one of the people here do have it, and yeah, 95 is still in the cards for it. Weekly on Near. Now yeah, Near has just left the start blocks like a few other coins. I did not get my entry, like you can see. We did not came back to these lows. I would have loved to see it, but we did not. That can happen, of course, in crypto. You can just have a pull up and just leave directly. Now, we would have had my highs that I was predicting, so taking out the highs again. The next stop for Near will be up here. That will be around $9, because there is nothing in between these candles. There is nothing that will stop the market of finishing off these areas. So Near will go up at least till $9.8, and afterwards I would love to see it come back, and then we could see maybe an area to enter around $4.5. It depends also on what Bitcoin will do in the next few days. Same here. If I look at the daily, looks the same. Only entry point that I see was this area here. At the other ones I do not see any areas for entering, so I do not believe that we will come back down at this point. I think we will just head up straight to $9, and then we will see what happens later. I will be taking out this trade because I do not believe that we will go this low again. So I think this was it. If we are lucky, we could see one more time between 5.5 and 5.4 or 4.5. Otherwise, we will just be going upwards on Near. I am not entering this coin either. I do believe that it has a huge potential. If we look at the monthly, its previous highs was around $19. I think we will surpass that hugely this coming round. I believe that Near can hit at least $30 at ease, because of the big China people that are behind this, and they are really investing hugely in Near, so it has a lot of potential. Rune, same. This one has done the same last week. It flew out of the start box also. It did enter my trade one more time and it stopped me out directly. It was the same day, the Tuesday, when I saw this one happening, and it just took out all the lows that I could see, but I did not see this little gap here. When I was doing this one, I did not believe that it would go this low, and it did one more time. So if you were trading this one on Bybit, yeah, you got stopped out, like I should have been too. But if you took it on spot, you are in a very nice profit, of course. If you took this on spot, you would have been in profit now for about 100% in just a week. So congrats if anybody is in this coin, you just made some nice profits. If you want to take some profit out of it, let me take a look where I see it go. This was my area. I think we just hit a nice area of taking profits. I believe why, because this was a very gap here that I wanted to see enter, and we just entered that one. Why is Rune going up nicely? I need to take a look again what this coin does. it took me too long. It's been too long since I looked at this coin, but I do believe that we will at least see the highs taken out also. Avox, yeah, this is one of my favorites too. I do have this coin too myself. We started rallying up again, so that means every coin on the Avox exchange will do the same. Anybody that is in Inu, be happy that you're in it, because this one will have the same push upwards, even bigger. Next area of support that I would see this coin go is at least to $80. So the next leg up is just without any resisting, so this will just pop up straight to $80. Do I see any entry points? Maybe one. $49 to $43 would be a nice entry point. I'd love to see it hit here. This one it did not. I took it too low. This was the entry that it took, so that can happen too. Taking it too low, of course, the entries. Yeah, I'm in here from around $8, so I'm still in this coin from $8, so I'm hugely in profit from a few months ago. But anything laying under the Ave exchange will do hugely this year, because a lot of game coins has been created onto it, and a lot of people are now seeing that Avox is a cheaper one, seamlessly like Solana, and they are building it on a lot. Now, endpoint for Avox, I think by the end of the year we will see at least $128 for an Avox coin. So if you're in Triul or in Coquinu, that's the meme coin of Avox. It's the only meme coin that's doing great on Avox chain at this point, so stay into it. It will do at least huge, of course, too. Now I will take a look at the chat. I know I took a few coins quite fast over it, but the market is going up so fast we can hardly trade into it. If you want to learn intraday trading, I will be going over a few intraday tradings tomorrow. I will make a movie while I do an overview of a chart, so that you guys maybe can do it for yourself. I will go in depth how I read a chart, how I see a chart, how I go over it, and I will explain everything that I see myself, because for you guys this is quite empty. You do not see everything that I see. Of course, I read these lines just out of experience, of course, and I will go in depth how everything I read, so that you guys maybe can see this movie a few times for yourself and learn how to read it yourself. I find it important that everybody can do this for himself, so that you do not depend on me. It's for my real purpose in life is making sure you guys make money. The second one is making sure that you guys can do all the researches for yourself, of course. Now the next narrative I will be going over in later times will be Deepin. This will be by the end of the week. On Friday I will do another live over Deepin. And why over Deepin? Because I believe Deepin, AI and gaming coins will be the biggest narrative on the next bull run, and especially Deepin is doing great. It just launched a new event last week. I went over it and it looks beautiful. Now I will take a look at the chat for a second and see if anybody has some questions. Can you have a look at Hawk and Leon? Do you mean that I need to take a look at the charts, or do you want me to take a look at the coin itself? The coin itself, okay. Let me share my... I have two hacks here. Which one is it? If you can be specific, because I hack cash and planet.
It's the yellow one.
It's the yellow one, the first one. Okay, thank you.
Cash.
Yeah. Oh, this one flew out of the market just a few days ago with a 300% gaining in just 280% in a week. And what does this coin do? It's crypto, community driven, crypto sounds, money.
It's kind of a kaspa.
It's 3 POW, so it's proof of work coin. 3 scalability layers.
Yes.
Has the first POW NFT. Take a look. Mining pools. I never heard of this coin. I will have to take a look in depth in this coin because it's a lot of information on the first website, like I can see. Well,
Yes.
it's Explorers. Let me take a look at Explorer for a second. So this is running. Did we had a halving or something? Start on February. So this is a coin that's already out for a long time. This I need to take a look in depth. I cannot say this directly because it's a proof of work, so I like layer 1s.
Okay.
So this can be huge,
Okay.
but I need to take a look. So 25 million market cap is still very low for a layer 1. It's a full diluted market cap, so that I do like. I do not like a maximum supply of infinity. I do not like to see this. If there are only 704,000 coins yet out, it's normal that the price will go up. Of course, if a lot of people put a little bit of money in this one. I do need to take a look if somebody white paper. Yeah, I need to take a look at the white paper for this one because layer 1s I need to look at specific things and on the paper. Look, I will go over this. I'll make a movie while I do in-depth research of it, and I'll make sure that you guys in the Discord are the first one to see. At the first thing, it looks nice. The thing I do not like, it's already out for quite some while, but at the first point it looks good. The growth has been hugely, so I would take a bit of risk by going in this one now because it's now an all-time high, so I would not enter it at that point. That would be hugely risky of course, but only 25 million in market cap. That's still okay for me. The only thing I do see is it's the first time it ever hit this high of market cap, so that's a bit of scarcity of me also because it has been on 0 market cap for a very long time and now it's starting to grow very fast, so I do need to be a bit of security before I say you can go into this coin. The lows a year ago at 30 cents. It does not have any central exchanges, just XEX. So this is a mining exchange. So you cannot count this as a proper exchange. This is just for people that mine and trade org just the same. So these 2 exchanges are simply and only for miners. KYC.io, I don't know, do not even know this exchange, so there we need to take a look at what this exchange does. But if it does not have any other exchanges except of these 2, I would have a little bit patience until I see it go to another exchange, because this could be just accumulation of the miners that they were doing at this point, and then it could have a huge drop. Maybe if I can take a look at the blockchain itself, I could maybe directly see if any wallets have a huge amount holders. Let me share this page on chain statics assets. So the top 100 addresses. So 10,000, 17,000, oh no, 48,095 hogs, asset transferred in blocks. So okay, the fused 100 I think they have almost all the coins and the first 100 addresses, so we do need to be a little bit security. 2%, the first 100. Yeah. If I could count this out, I think this is very 16% in the first account, so this is need to be a little bit careful. This dude alone can drop the whole market on everybody. So 20, 24, 27, 30. I see 50% in the first 10 markets, so that's a bit scarcey, so you need to be a little bit careful with this one, because on the first 10 wallets we can see that we almost have 50%, and afterwards we go like 0.5%, so these cannot change the market a lot, but the first 10 they can drop the markets quite nicely, of course. Will they do it? I have no idea. I need to take a look how long they have been holding this. If they have never dropped any coins out of it, it's okay. From to, so no, they only have this one, very new. So this is a wallet since 2024, 106. So this is only from January. This wallet, the first wallet, and this one has 16% out. He has only sold twice, so that's good news. So he has been accumulating this coin and did not do anything yet with it. So the first address looks good, but I'll go over it in depth and I'll let you know if this one is okay, Leo. I will take a look at your second coin that you wanted me to add, and that was Swam. I have not heard of this one either. I'm always a favorite of layer 1 coins. This is a layer 2 and it's zero knowledge. I do like this one too. How long is this one out? From January. So this is a new coin. Has an 87 million market cap. I do not like that we have a fully diluted market cap of 249, so that means that we could see a little bit of drop. This should be at not more than 30% of this coin, so this is still a huge drop that we could see. Only 21 million coins, that I do love to see. Let me take, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to change. So I think this was Swam that you meant, Stashoshi VM. So this was 87 million market cap, like I said, 200 fully diluted. This I do not like, because this is a huge difference, so they can drop later on onto wallets, of course. Now the website, what does it say? Decentralized Bitcoin ZK rollup layer 2 that is compatible with EVM and uses native Bitcoin as gas. Satoshi improves the BTC granted Bitcoin. Designing with maximum simplicity and one of primary objective with Satoshi ZK rollup and inclusion of Oh, is this for making Bitcoin smart contracts onto it? I think this is for making smart contracts on Bitcoin. I have heard that this was going to be launched, but I did not know yet that this existed already. Yeah, this is for smart contracts building onto Bitcoin. So this could be huge. The testnet is out, so it's still on testnet, bridging papers. So I need to take a look at the white paper myself too, before I can say anything yet. I'll have to read the white paper on this one too. These are two potential nice coins. The first one I do like a little bit more, first of all because it's a layer 1. Now the second one that you showed me, if this is the one that builds smart contracts onto Bitcoin, this still has huge potential. This is a layer that you could put onto Bitcoin. Bitcoin is way too slow, by the way, and if it has Bitcoin as gas fee, so that means that Bitcoin still has a use case. Well, at this point it does not really have any use case, Bitcoin. So for me this could be something beautiful, but I need to take a look who are the founders and what are they doing. I cannot see it directly, so I do not like that I need to search for people that make this. Joined December 23, so this is very new. 181,000 people following this. Total bitcoins bridged 8 BTC locked, 1000 BTCs total. Multi-bit with bridging for, yeah, this is indeed for smart contracts on BRC20. I do like to see this because that means that Bitcoin has a bigger chance of building, of course. I will go in depth in this one. I need to know who the founders are to make sure that it's a safe coin to go in. I'll do this together with the other one. I'll make sure that you have this information by tomorrow evening. I'll make sure I make a movie about it and I'll take a look in depth. I'm sure that this could be potential something big, but therefore I need to know who they are and who made it. If I cannot find who made it, I will not go in it, because openly knowing who found or making somebody is very necessary in crypto space, of course. Let me take a look if anybody else has a question for me. Of course, Wouter, I'll take a look. Axis, yeah. This is a coin I have already. AXS, Axie Infinity, I think that means that you want to be looking at. They are probably not doxed. Okay, thank you for the info, Leon. If they're not doxed, I would have a little bit more patience, because I think 2 people can still do this. Now, go over the other one. So if this is the one you want to be looking at as Axie Infinity. Now, first of all, I played this game. It's a beautiful game. Back in the days, this was the first real play to earn game back in 2022 or 2020, better said. Even my daughter played it, but she found it very boring. So if a kid of 6 back then found it boring, I think a lot of people did too. The only reason this popped up this high is because, first of all, it was the first of its kind. Second of all, a lot of people in Asia went full into this because they could make the native token of it, and the native token was a poison form of it. Let me take a look if I can find it, how the coin was named. I'll go into the website. So this is the website, Axie Infinity. You could have these little creatures, you could breed them, and you could play the game, and you could have 2 coins. And the problem was they did not have any ecosystem yet. Now, did they upgrade it? I have no idea if they upgraded everything. These are now priced at $2. I used to buy these back in the day for $400 to $500. So I really bought these things. So when I started going into this the marketplace, they were at a price of I think for one set it cost me almost $2,000 back in the days when I went into this game. I let my kid play it for a while, but she found it quite boring. Then we had teams up and building up into it and breeding the creatures, so I start selling them. I made my money almost back on it. I did not completely got repaid. It's good to see that they are still building at this point. Would I still go into this coin? I do not really want to go into it anymore. The first of all, why is because there are too many game coins coming out and have a lot of more fun than Axie Infinity. Could it still surpass its all-time high? I do not believe so. I don't think it will ever get to the highs that it used to be. So this was the high at 135. Can it still go up a bit? Of course, because the gaming industry is going up and it was the first play to earn. So as maximum high that I see it go is around $66, and higher than that I do not see it go. Second of all, we have a fully diluted market cap of around 3 billion in here and only a market cap of around 1 billion.6. So there is 1.5 billion somewhere laying around that still needs to be dropped onto the market. The good thing is there is only 270 million coins of it, but this amount of money still needs to be dropped onto the market, so make sure we can still see a decrease of 50% instantly on this coin. There are enough gaming coins still out there, so I would not suggest to go into this coin. If you do, that's fine by me too. It will definitely from $12 to 60, so that's still almost a 6x from here. So I do believe that we can see this. I do not believe that we ever see the highs again. It's not strong enough, this coin. It did make some lands afterwards. I know of the land building, and some people are breeding onto it and want to see the next Axie, but I do not believe that it will grow this big. I found 2 other games that are new, and I do believe that these will have a bit more potential. It has a bigger community over it, and I will be dropping these also tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm still looking into these coins, so do not buy them yet. I'm not sure that they will grow as big as they say. I found these because I was looking for new nodes to buy, so that I have grown my passive income a little bit more. So that I could grow my passive income a little bit more, and I will drop them in here. It's not cheap for the nodes. They're around $5,000 plus for a node, and I will be not buying them yet because I have no yet idea how much they will deliver. I do believe it is a big potential of gaming coin because it is a bit looking like Warpo, and I believe that the next generation of gaming coins will be platforms where people put their games on, so people can find them, and one of these platforms will grow hugely, like Beam did. Not all of them will grow, but a few of them will definitely make huge money for people. The 2 gaming coins that I found, I will drop them in later on. Tomorrow morning I hope I can drop them in. Please do not buy them yet. You can look at them already. If you want to buy a little bit of the coin, you can. I'm not saying that it will do hugely, but I'm investigating into it. I hope that I can share you more information as soon as I can. But it's a lot of reading work for going over all these gaming coins, and I'm also researching a lot of deep-in at this point. So I like little miners that are quite cheap and deliver a bit of coins, of course, too. I found one at this point, and it's working on the Fry coin, and they deliver around $3. I'll put them in the passive income area. Take a look if you're interested into one of them. I will be buying one of them, not all of them yet, but for $200. Oh, sorry, forgot to share my screen again. So this is the Fry donation where I've been looking into it, and this is deep-in. This is for outdoor cameras. They have like a huge amount of different mining gear at this point that are very cheap on price. I found somebody that has a code. I do not have a code myself, so I'll be sharing his code in the Discord too. So if you use it, you get even a discount of $80 or something like that. So it only costs around $160, and this delivers at this point around 107 Fry tokens a day. So if you can count this on Fry, this means 107 coins. It gives you $1.2 a day. So for 150, so this is only takes you 100 days to break even. When they enter verified, it's still on testnet, so it's not yet released. If they do, you get like 3 times the amount of coins. So that means that you make around $3-4 a day for something that only costs us 150 bucks. I think that's worth the risk even more. This means that it only would take you like a month and a half to break even on this kind of narrative. I will be sharing all my details later on in a movie that I'm making in the background. I'm already started making this one, but I have not had the time yet to release it. If you have any more questions, you can ask them now. I will be on for the next 10-15 minutes, and I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, of course. If anybody wants to chat, you can openly chat, of course, now too. I'm still recording, so I will be dropping this recording by this evening. Will be on YouTube. It depends on how long it needs to load up, or it will be this evening, or it will be tomorrow morning. I will be dropping this in the live chats, and then you can look it up again if you want to see entry points. I'll be taking a very close look at the market, of course, myself, because I am hoping that we do not see a too huge drop, so that we can, of course, go further upwards. Like I see Bitcoin already go back upwards to around 70,000, so it was bought back up from 86,000 to 70 just in a few minutes, like I was talking about it. In less than an hour it was bought back up, so this is entry area. It still looks like it's very bullish. Anytime, if you have any questions, you can drop them in here now. If not, I'll be going offline in the next 5 minutes. Can you have a look at ICE, of course?
Yes.
I'll share my screen for a second, so maybe you can tell me which ICE. I have a few. I found a few of them. So I have ICE. Can you tell me which one you mean? Because a few of them are named ICE. Okay, that's the website. That's even easier. Thank you. Decentralized future. We are building the foundation of decentralized future. A lot of people are seeding decentralized stone, building upon the Ton legacy network. Okay, somebody building on other legacy infrastructure. December of ICE coin, debt, June, February over 1.3 the users. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I do like they have a lot of coin economics. No idea what this does. Nice. Decentralized future, yeah, everybody is doing decentralizing, so for me the first thing is not really openly viewable what they are doing. Coin economics, so this is just the economic of the coin. I cannot take it out the first second what they really do, so that's not something I like to see. I need to be on this website and directly see what is Mohammed teaching me. Embracing decentralized future with open eyes network over global link connection. Okay, that's nice to see, but what are you doing? Stand up and beacon decentralized internet platforms, cross-chain scalability. Yes, they all do that with the capacity of handling millions of transactions per second. Ion blockchain aims billions of users using the new area of digital connectivity. Okay, yeah, that's one big. Okay, that's one huge white paper. So this could take me at least an hour to read, to go over this. Let me come back on you for tomorrow on this one too. I'll have some reading work tomorrow, so if I read this completely, I'll let you know. Now it's been listing on KuCoin, Maxi, Budget, and Bitmark, so I do like it has a few central exchanges. I still did not look ICE. Can I see CoinHeco? If we can find it is ICE. The problem is I do not see it, the logo in here, so maybe CoinMarketCap has it. Ah, here, I see the logo. Yeah, that was it. So it's not yet on on CoinGecko, so that's a bit strange to see. It's only out from March. Oh no, wait. January, so it's quite new. It had a huge upwards and a drop. It's down 50% from the all-time high, and it's up 120% from the lows. I do like it has already a few exchanges onto it, so that's very nice to see. So it's on 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 exchanges, 12 exchanges, centralized exchanges, so that's very good for a new coin that's been delivering. At this point it looks good. I still need to know what it really does, because it's only saying it does scalability for transactions, but yeah, all coins are doing this, so ICE ranging from so that's why kaspa is really the one that is shining out, because it does the same. It's the only one that is scalability and having security high enough. So I need to know what ICE is doing in the background even more, and who the founders are. If I can find this directly out, I would say it's audited, so that's good. So I can take a look here. So it should be showing here somewhere where the founders are, because it's audited. 4 verified core member teams, so that's good. The first view, it looks okay, the coin. It looks safe enough, so that's very good to hear. But I need to look in depth what it really does. At this point, I cannot still see it out what it does. If I find it, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll be adding it to my screen with the other ones that I needed to take a look for Leon, and I'll make sure that you guys can see what I have to talk about this one. First of all, at this point I have no idea what it does. If it's only for scalability, I would not go into it, because of just kaspa itself is really already collaborating with Visa so that they can work together. and that's the narrative what I'm really looking for. There's collaboration with a big company that has cards already onto it, so that they already can be used. That's really what I was looking onto it, but I do not see fair launch. So if they were fairly launched, then I would definitely say yes. At this point I cannot see it. And if it's only for trading, I would not be impressed at this first point. But it still could be a very nice coin. So I'll take a look in depth later on. I cannot say it directly. Anytime, of course, guys. Okay, I'll be wrapping it up for this evening, and I will have some dinner at this point, and later on I still have a meeting to go on. So thank you all for watching. Wish you all a very nice evening.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, drop them in the Discord. I will definitely mention them. If you have any coins that we want you to research, please put them also in the Discord so everybody can read about these coins. It's always nice that people can all read together about them. You can directly ask me questions, always DM me. I always will respond within, I hope, 24 hours. Just a weekend. On Sunday, it's day off for me, of course. But all the rest of the days, I'm always in crypto business. And for the rest, I wish you all a very nice evening. Be well and enjoy.
Have a good evening.
Same. Enjoy. Ciao.
Bye bye.